Good morning, grade 5, and a warm welcome to the English class. Sorry. Well, children, what do you think about the possibility of life on other planets? Yes, you know the other planets, no? The names of the other planets. Earth is also a planet where we live. So what about Mars, Venus? What do you think? And what do you think, children, about, have you heard about this word extraterrestrial? Can these reach the earth? What's the meaning of extraterrestrial? Yes, you have your dictionaries, children. Okay, means beings from outer space. So, what do you think? Can they reach Earth? Remember this movie, children, that Jadoo, as I said, Hrithik Roshan, like an alien creature who came. So, do you think it is possible that they can reach Earth? And what about UFOs, children? I think most of us have heard this, unidentified flying objects. What do you think about it, about UFOs? Okay, let's see if we can get an answer to all these questions. We move to a new lesson, children, today. That's Unit 5. Unit 5, we have UFOs. If you open your index over here, children, you can see here UFOs, persuasive text. Now, children, what do I mean by persuasive text? That means the main idea of the reader is, the main purpose to present his reading or his article is that he is presenting his point of view. Okay, what he thinks about it. Like children, it is like, persuade. Even advertisement can be persuade, right? Like, last year, children, we stuck those ads in a book. There are some ads, which they tell us you'll be stronger, you will be fitter, you'll be taller, you'll become fair if you use this cream. So they are persuading us. That's the meaning of persuade. So let's move to our lesson, children. Let's move to, that's Unit 5. Right? Unit 5 on page 3838. All of us are there? Yes? Okay. Some people believe that unidentified flying objects or UFO exist, while other people believe that these unidentified objects can be easily explained. Okay, so some people, what they believe, that they exist. Exist means, children, reality. Okay, live. Here it is, means reality. And other people, they believe that they can explain about this UFO. What's the UFO? Unidentified flying objects. In this article, the writer provides a perspective on this topic. Perspective means, children, yes, please open your dictionaries. Come on, fastest finger first. You may pause the video, children. Perspective is outlook, okay? The point of view of the writer. What is he thinking about it? Evidence of UFOs. What's the meaning of evidence, children? Evidence means facts or true, like a proof. So that's evidence. Unidentified flying objects, UFOs, exist. People have seen things in the sky and they cannot explain them. Okay, so these are people, they have seen things in the sky and then, but they cannot explain it, right? UFOs have been seen, photographed and filmed by astronauts, airline pilots, police officers, astronomers and farmers. Okay, so what they say that these people have seen and they have even photographed and filmed. Film means like you make a shoot. Right now what I am doing, okay? Now, unfortunately, people are usually on their own when they see a UFO. So, there is no one to back up their story. So, children, look here. Unfortunately, people are usually on their own. On their own means that unfortunately, people are usually on their own when they see a UFO. So there is nobody to back up their story. Now children, see here, back up their story means, what's the meaning of back up their story? Agree with them, okay, or support them. Now unfortunately means sadly. That's an adverb. Can you see? So we can say unfortunately there is no vaccine for COVID. Okay, still the search is going on. Experiments are going on. So whenever they seen a UFO, what happened, children, is sadly that these people were on their own. Usually means under normal condition, generally. Like you say, usually my father comes home at about 10 in the night. So that's the meaning of usually. Children, astronomers is in bold. Okay, so what's in bold? What do you do? Okay, go to the glossary and you can get your word there. People who study the stars and the planets. And this is your phrase. In 1947, the term flying saucer was introduced to describe these mysterious objects. So the term means they started calling this mysterious object as flying saucer. That was the name which was given to this object which they seen, or the UFO. Mysterious. Children, what is the meaning of mysterious? Yes, mysterious means difficult, impossible to understand, explain or to identify. Children, you should be quick now with your dictionaries. Okay, you may pause the video and quickly, fastest finger first. But the mystery remains. What are they and where do they come from? Okay, so it was introduced, people started saying it is a flying saucer, but still the mystery remains. Many different theories have been put forward to explain the worldwide sightings of disc, egg-shaped spheres and other oddly shaped objects in the sky. So children, theories. What is the meaning of theories? Theories means it can be like a thesis, findings, right? An idea or a thought. But it is not exactly a fact. Some finding, some thought. Okay? And sightings means seen, what you can see. So they seen the disc, then it was egg-shaped, sphere. Children, this you have learnt about shapes in maths. And they are oddly shaped objects in the sky. Sphere means round objects. Okay? And oddly is strange. Strangely. Children, these are your word check words. They have been explained as. Okay, so now they are giving us explanation about these things, about what they seen. Okay, this UFO, what was their shape and how it was and what are there. What did they say? Unusual clouds. We all know what are clouds, children. Okay, they are mass of liquid or water drops. This is your science. unusual clouds formation. So they started saying that this is a cloud formation. Now some said it is a fireball. Fireball is what? A ball of flame, okay, or fire. Then meteorites. Children, what are meteorites? This you have learnt in SST, I think. Okay, these are pieces of rocks or metal that have fallen to the earth's surface. It could even be of a comet. Weather balloons. Now children, weather balloon is an instrument. Okay, it is used. You have seen that, no? Hot air balloons. It's similar to that shape. It is like that shape. Okay, it is used to study the atmospheric pressure, temperature, humidity, all that. Wind, speed. There is some instrument in that. So this weather balloon, it helps us to study more about the weather. Optical illusions or fabrications. Optical illusion is in bold. So we move to our glossary over here. See the glossary, children. Optical illusions are things that look very different from what they actually are. And fabrication is invention or exaggeration. Okay. Now optical illusion. It is like, something you think that you see. But in reality, it is, something different. You even have these paintings. You know that painting will have two images. And actually you're seeing one. Or if you're driving down, children, with your father or your parents, and from far you can see like, something is like a water. And then when you go near, you see that's only a road. Okay, so that's called the optical illusion. The experience of seeming to see something which does not exist or is other than it appears, different than what it appears. Now fabrication, children, I said, what they said is exaggeration. Now suppose if you have seen something on the road, you have seen a fight and you come and you tell, oh my God, this, and there was bleeding and the police came, and you make up some things. You add lot of emotions and some, it's like, little bit of lies. So that's called fabrication. Exaggerating. Some of these strange sightings have been explained in this way, but not everyone. So this is the explanation, children, right? We should accept that people have seen something, but what? Okay, so people have seen something, but what? Yes, so children, we continue from here. People who study UFO sightings, ufologists, are convinced that the Earth is being watched by beings from other planets. So what they believe, children? That from the other planets we are being watched. Okay, something very interesting. If this is the case, why are they watching us? And what do they want? Ufologists believe it is only a matter of time before these extraterrestrials make contact with us. Children, only a matter of time. What do you mean by only a matter of time? Yes? Sometime in the future it will happen. It's only a matter of time, children, that we may get the vaccine, right, for this COVID. Children, see here. Okay. This is highlighted, the word extraterrestrial. Can you see here? Beings from outer space. Make contact with us. What is the meaning of make contact with us? Try to communicate with us. Imagine, children, from other planets, they will make contact with us. Interesting. Until then, many people will continue to look for a simpler explanation for the strange objects in the sky. So till then, children, till they make contact with us, the people are looking for a simpler explanation. What is the meaning of simpler, children? Ordinary, where you can understand. Right? Now children, look here. If you look at this box over here. Okay? Now what's this, children? There are two boxes, if you see here and on this page. Children, this is called an inset boxes. Okay, so we have two inset boxes in this chapter. Now children, why do you think the writer has used this inset box in his writing? Yes? Think. Yes, the writer wants us to focus on these things, and you know, he is giving us more evidence, proof. As we said, children, this is persuasive writing, no? So, his main purpose is to persuade us, to prove his point of view. Right? Let's read this, children. The first inset box. The flying saucer story began on 24th June 1947. A pilot, Kenneth Arnold, was searching for a missing transport plane. Okay, so it first began in 1947. What was he searching for? His missing plane. He saw 9 disc-shaped objects flying over Mount Rainier in the USA. He described the objects as flying like a saucer would if you skimmed it across the water. Children, skimmed is the word check word. Okay, skimmed means to move over the surface, moved over the surface. Newspapers picked up the story and labeled the objects as flying saucer. Okay. So children, do you think, when was the term flying saucer first used? See here, the flying saucer first term was used in 1947. So this matches with this. Okay? And look here, what are the people who study UFO? What are they called? Ufologists. Okay? And what are the 3 sorts of people who have claimed to see UFOs? Can you see your children? Astronauts, airline pilots, police officers. Okay? Now children, think of the 3 possible explanations. Think of the 3 possible explanations that these people have seen. What are the different explanations? It's here only in your book, so think about it. Yes? Unusual cloud formation. Yes, fireballs, meteorites, weather balloons, optical illusions, fabrications. Right? So these are all the explanation. Now children, let's move to this was the first inset box. Let us move to the next inset box. We move to page 3939. Children, now we are moving to the next inset box, that is on page 3939. Okay. Astronauts sight UFOs. It is not only people on Earth or in planes who have seen UFOs. Since the 1960s, many astronauts have reported seeing UFOs. United States astronaut James McDivitt claimed that he saw a UFO in June 1965. While in orbit about 145 kilometers above the Earth, McDivitt saw a cylindrical object with arms sticking out of it, which he took to be another spacecraft with antenna. He and his fellow astronaut, Ed White, were preparing to take evasive action when the UFO disappeared from view. So what is this telling, children? That there were two of them, okay? And then they happened to see this, the UFO. That was in 1965. Children, orbit is what? That's your word check, orbit. It is movement around something, right? And antennas are what, children? Aerials for receiving signals. Like you have your mobile and TV. Okay, even animals have this, cockroaches. Take evasive action. Take evasive action means movement to escape something. Like I can say the pilot had to take an evasive action to avoid mid-air collision. Like, you know, or the driver had to take, like if there are two buses coming, so both the buses would collide. So that's the meaning of take evasive actions. Interesting lesson, children. Yes. Now, do you think that UFOs are more likely or less likely to be real after reading the text? What do you think? Remember in the beginning I had asked you, what do you think of possibility of life on other planet? Quite interesting. Now children, what you're going to do is the word check. While doing the lesson, children, I have discussed the word check. If you pay attention to the video, you will get the word check. Then the phrases also I have discussed, right? And then you have your question answers. This also, children, I have discussed. Now the A1 is the first, it is direct one. The term flying saucer first used. When was it first used, children? 1947, correct? Now what do you call the study of UFO? That's also over here. Ufologist. Okay? Ufology. That's when you study about UFO. So children, I think you can complete these answers. Right? Now some is your personal response answers. Do you think UFOs come from another planet? So you think, what would the answer be? This is your personal response. Why do you think people want a simpler explanation for objects seen in the sky? Yes, children, why do you think? Yeah, because we don't believe, no children, more in aliens. And they are trying to land on the earth. Or maybe it's even frightening. So that could be the reason. That's your own response, children. Right? So please complete this, children. Page 40, comprehension A, B and C, and word check, that is page 3939. Well children, that's all from my side. Happy learning.